If I had $300,000, I would move to this Florida city. Now, I live in St. Petersburg, Florida, and honestly, I'm never leaving this place. I got downtown and great restaurants to my right and perfect beaches just 10 minutes to my left. But here's the deal. $300,000 isn't gonna get you very far in St. Pete these days. So if you're looking for a city in Florida where $300,000 can buy you your dream home, I found exactly where I'd go. I'm also going to tell you exactly what you need to look for before you buy any house in Florida so you don't make a huge mistake. So what's the best city for your money? Let's jump in. Listen, I moved here for the blue skies, the ocean, the beaches, and the palm trees. It literally makes me happy every single day of my life. I didn't pack up and leave cold, snowy Michigan to end up somewhere away from the water. So there's no chance I'm living in the middle of the state. I gotta see the ocean. It's a non-negotiable for me. So location is gonna play a huge part in the city I pick. But being near the beach isn't just enough on its own. I love being near a bigger city because I enjoy great restaurants and coffee shops, not just beach bar food, although it is delicious. I just can't eat it every day. So any city I pick has to offer both beautiful beaches and nice restaurants close by. And let me tell you, that combination isn't always easy to find. Sure, Florida has tons of beachfront communities, but a lot of them are smaller towns where the food choices are limited. I want options, a great steakhouse, Italian, tacos, or a trendy brunch spot. Another thing that matters is convenience. If I wanna, say, head downtown for dinner or meet friends for coffee, I don't want it to feel like a road trip. I wanna hop in the car, or even better, jump on a bike or catch a quick Uber and be there in 15 minutes or less. Because let's face it, nobody moves to paradise just to spend hours in traffic, right? And there's another thing, I definitely wouldn't live in northern Florida because, believe it or not, it gets pretty cold up there. Did you know it actually snowed in Destin this winter? Snow in Florida, no thanks. I came here to escape that. So cities like Jacksonville, Destin, or even Tallahassee are out. Nothing against them personally, but when you grow up shoveling snow and scraping ice off your car, seeing even a single snowflake is traumatic. I'm done with the cold weather for good. So for me, my ideal Florida city has got to be farther south, where the winters are warm, the beaches are a short drive away, and the restaurants are on point. That's why I chose to put down roots in St. Pete, because here I got everything. Sunshine year-round, gorgeous beaches 5 minutes away, and some of the best dining and nightlife in the state. Location isn't just important, it's everything when you're making the move to Florida. And here's the biggest mistake people make when they do move. They think they can just buy any house as long as it fits their budget. Don't do that. First off, let me be real with you. You're not getting a beach house for $300,000. So let's just get that out of our heads right now. But that's okay, there's still great options nearby. Since we aren't buying on the beach, the next thing to think about is staying out of flood and evacuation zones. Flooding is no joke here. We all know about the hurricanes, but Florida can get a ton of rain too. I'd try to buy a home that's elevated, above the street level or on a crawl. I wouldn't buy a house that has the first floor living area level with the street. Think about it. If the street floods, that water can easily get right into your living room. I remember this guy on Facebook talking about how the floodwater was just a few feet from his slab-built house. He thought he was safe until cars started driving by fast, making waves that literally splashed against his front door. Imagine that, waves at your front door. Scary stuff. In fact, Florida lawmakers are even working on a law about this, which would let cities create temporary no-wake zones during floods. Basically, when streets get flooded, they'd lower the speed limits and make sure people don't drive like maniacs, sending waves into people's houses. Pretty smart, right? Also, newer houses are always better here. They get better insurance rates, and insurance isn't impossible to get, despite what the mainstream media says. My own home insurance is around $2,800 a year. Not bad. And here's another insurance tip. Roofs under 15 years old are a big deal to insurance companies. So the newer, the better. Lastly, if you can swing it, block or concrete homes are ideal. But when we bought our house, the market was still red hot and we had multiple offers to compete with. We ended up with a wood-framed home, so clearly it's not a deal breaker. But if you have a choice, concrete block construction is way better. It handles storms and humidity like a champ, and insurance companies like them even more. Now, I got a ton more detailed information on what to look for when you buy a home in Florida in my other videos, so I'm not going to overload you here, but definitely go check those out after this one, because the more prepared you are, the better decisions you'll make. One of the best things I've learned about living in Florida is that people down here genuinely want to make new friends. Most people I've met here are transplants, just like me, and they're looking to build friendships. But here's the catch. You can't move here, stay inside all day, and expect to meet new people. You need some great amenities nearby to get yourself out there. So I'm not gonna pick a city that's in the middle of nowhere. First off, you gotta have a Publix close by for your groceries. Yeah, I know Publix can be a bit pricey, but trust me, their customer service is amazing, the stores are always spotless, and don't even get me started on those pub subs. Honestly, they're worth every penny. Another absolute must-have for me is a badass gym nearby. I'm not talking Planet Fitness, I mean a legit gym with real squat racks and weight benches. Actually, when we bought our house, we specifically made sure we were close enough to a gym that we could walk or ride our bikes. Having a solid gym near the house is a great way to stay motivated. And here's my secret weapon for making friends in Florida. You ready? Pickleball. No joke, learn pickleball and you'll meet somebody new every single day. I picked it up when I moved here and now I'm totally hooked. I made sure there were pickleball courts within biking distance of our new house and it's been amazing. But here's a little insider tip. Don't live directly across the street from a pickleball court. Think about it. People play pickleball all day, every day. Some parks have 8 courts going at once, and that constant pop, pop, pop of that ball hitting the paddle could drive you insane. Definitely not something you want to hear all day long. And having parks and trails nearby matters too. You're moving to Florida to enjoy the outdoors like this, right? You'll want somewhere nearby to ride your bike, go jogging, or just take a peaceful walk on the beach. Florida's weather is gorgeous year-round, so having these types of amenities close makes all the difference. It turns your neighborhood from just a place to live into a community you love. The next thing you're gonna wanna see in your new city is transportation. You're gonna wanna be close to a major airport, and where I live now, I'm only 25 minutes from Tampa International Airport, and honestly, it feels like I'm there all the time. I'm either picking up friends and family coming to visit, or hopping on a plane myself to head back to Michigan. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later for living near a good airport. Public transportation was also a big deal for us. We wanted a city that felt walkable, where we didn't have to depend on cars every single day. In fact, when we first moved down here, we actually sold our second car and just kept one. Our first place in St. Pete was right downtown, and it was amazing. We could step outside our apartment and instantly be in the middle of everything. We walked to coffee shops, great restaurants, and even down to the pier for sunset and dinner. No driving, no parking hassle, it was perfect. When we eventually bought our house a little outside of downtown, staying close to public transit was still super important. We made sure we were near the Sunrunner bus line, which runs directly back into downtown St. Pete or out to the beach. We literally had the best of both worlds at our doorstep. Another biggie down here is riding bikes. I'm not a fan of riding on busy streets, even though the roads here are built to handle bikes, but I prefer dedicated trails, and lucky for me, we got the Pinellas Trail nearby. It's actually a 47-mile long trail, so you can hop on your bike and safely ride for miles. Whether you're commuting, exploring, or just getting some fresh air, having this trail close by has been a game changer for us. So listen, I gotta be totally honest. I looked at cities all over Florida trying to find the perfect spot that you can buy a house for around $300,000. But you know what I realized? Finding a great house in Florida that's out of a flood zone, close to the coast, and near a big desirable city is almost impossible at that price. So after checking everywhere, I decided to go over my budget a little bit, but still keep the price in the 300,000s. And guess what? I ended up right back where I started. St. Pete, baby. Let me show you 3 awesome homes available right now that meet my criteria. And just to be clear, all these houses have at least 3 bedrooms and 2 baths because, let's face it, that's what most of us need. First up, we got 2300 23rd Street South. This house looks fantastic, and the updates inside are impressive. I love how the open kitchen flows into the living space, and the colors and finishes they picked are spot on. The bathrooms look super clean, which is a big deal to me. Plus, it has a brand new metal roof and high impact windows, so your insurance company will love you for it. It's also outside the flood zone, another win. This one is a more chill, laid-back area in St. Pete, and it just had a $16,000 price cut, dropping it to $399,999. That $1 kept us out of the 400s. And after 45 days on the market, this might be your shot to make a deal. Next, we got 3854 12th Avenue South. Man, the photos on this one look amazing. This house screams curb appeal, and whoever staged this place knew exactly what they were doing. The kitchen and bathroom finishes are on point, and the whole house looks ready to move in today. If you ever wondered why professional staging and photos matter, this house is your answer. It's priced at $365,000 and it just hit the market. Now, my only red flag with this one is it's not in the absolute best neighborhood, so you might want to drive the block yourself and see if it works for you. But honestly, that's probably why it's not listed over $400K. Finally, we got 5100 3rd Avenue South, and this house has some serious curb appeal too. Everything looks really clean, the finishes are solid, and there's even a big yard. Perfect if you got pets or kids. Plus, it's close to the Sunrunner bus stop that can take you downtown or to the beach. And there's a Starbucks nearby, which is always a bonus for me. It's priced at $399,900, and here's the interesting part. It's been sitting on the market for over 100 days. So that means one of two things. Either they're about to drop the price or they're not super motivated to sell. Only way to find out, put in a lower offer and see what happens. So bottom line, if I had around 300K-ish to spend, would I still move to St. Pete? Hell yeah. I'd be looking at motivated sellers who've had their homes sitting on the market for more than 30 days, and I'd start making lower offers. Listen, don't be shy about offering below asking price, especially now. It's a buyer's market and sellers are more flexible, and you got room to negotiate. You might not find a perfect house, but you can definitely find one you can turn into your own little piece of paradise. The key is staying patient, watching the market closely, and jumping quickly when the right deal pops up. Because let's be real, once you find your spot down here, everything else falls into place. Florida is paradise, but life just feels better when you're coming home to a place you love. But listen, I need to be honest, there's some crazy stuff going on in Florida right now. Did you know they're actually selling your DNA in Florida? Yeah, seriously. Click here to find out who's behind it and what's happening to your DNA and how you can protect yourself. Click here and I'll see you there.